This was a moment where the people of God were supposed to go into the promised land that God had. And so they sent 12 spies to see, hey, what's it like? They came back with the report. 10 of them came back with a bad report. God had said that he was going to give them this new land. So they went to scope it out. They come back and they give this report. They say, listen, the place is fantastic, but there's giants there. And the worst part was how they concluded. They said, next to them, we felt like grasshoppers. In other versions, it says, we were like grasshoppers in our own eyes. And they thought the same thing. And they decided not to go in and conquer the land that God was going to give them. And then they wandered through the desert for 40 years before they actually were able to, as a people, take over the land that God had for them. Just because they saw themselves as grasshoppers. Could it be that there's a lot of things that God wants to do in our lives that we are not letting him do because of the way that we see ourselves? Because we don't believe in the good report of ourselves, of the abilities that God has given us to be able to do things, that we make excuses for all the things that we know are things that we have to overcome. You know that when Moses was being called by God, God told Moses, he said, listen, I want you to go and speak to the elders and then to Pharaoh and do all these things. And Moses says, but I can't speak. I have a stutter. I have a problem with my speech. And God said to him, he said, don't you know that I'm the one who made your speech? But he continued with that same feeling and he said, no, I can't speak. And then God said, fine, I'll send you with Aaron, your brother. If you realize, God was giving him an opportunity to be healed. And he didn't take it because of the way he saw himself.